before we start the video, okay, my camera died in the inside middle of the video. I hope you like the video. Like and subscribe if you like the video. And thank you.
Today we got Poppy Playtime Theory videos. Theory. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, Rexter here, and welcome to a brand new Poppy Playtime Theory video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about one of the most insane topics of Chapter 3. That's right, you guessed it, what happened to the rest of the smiling critters? Now, of course, this is all going to be pure theory, however, I really think a lot of the things that will be discussed in this video could have possibly come true. And if they did, let me tell you, this is absolutely insane that Mob Games put these hidden details in the game. Not to mention, if the last detail that I go over is true, then that means 2 or more of them could actually still be alive and a huge part of the future of Poppy Playtime. So if that sounds good to you, grab your popcorn, grab a drink, and let's go ahead and dive in. So for starters, let's talk about what the smiling critters are. The smiling critters were originally introduced as a popular plush line of colorful animals created by the Playtime Co-Factory, and they are named smiling critters because they sport a giant smile on each plushie. These smiling critters were introduced to us on November 11, 2023 when Mob Entertainment released the video Smiling Critters cartoon, which now has over 13 million views on YouTube. The video introduced the likes of Bobby Bear Hug, Bubba Bubbaphant, Crafty Corn, Dog Day, Hoppy Hopscotch, Kickin' Chicken, and Picky Piggy, each one of them represented by a pendant that hangs from their necks. Now, originally, this was a child's TV series that was used to promote the new Smiling Critters line. However, the media eventually went rampant on the line, bringing up the fact that there is a new Smiling Critter toy that is causing some issues in the real world. You see, each Smiling Critter had a scent that was dispensed when you pulled on their tail. For Bobby Bear Hug, it was the scent of rose. For Bubba Bubbaphant, lemongrass. Crafty Corns was jasmine. Dog Day's vanilla. Hoppy Hopscotch is peppermint. Kickin' Chicken, lang lang. And Picky Piggy, citrus. But something was different with the Catnap Smiling plushie. Originally, it was intended to release the scent of lavender, but this was changed when they accidentally messed up some of the toys from the toy factory supposed to be given to orphans, and instead released a few of them that released poppy gas, aka the red smoke, which led to the mainstream media picking up children who had been experiencing strange and often violent nightmares. And guess who was beside each one of their bedsides? That smiling, grinning, creepy Catnap plushie. And this was the start of the controversy that would traverse this entire factory, and also the last time we would hear about these smiling critters until we played Poppy Playtime's Chapter 3. Now, if you pay close attention when exploring the chapter, you'll notice these cardboard cutouts of each and every single one of the smiling critters, and they are also referenced when you encounter Dog Day, especially when he mentions that he is the last living smiling critter. But I'm here to tell you there is a possibility that he might not be fully telling the truth. These cardboard cutouts provide us.
If you want me to watch more videos like this, comment down below, like and subscribe to the video. So let's get back to
some horrific information. And if you went about playing the game not paying much attention to them, well, I'm here to tell you they will play a huge part in the future of Poppy Playtime. Let's start with Bubba Bubbaphant's cardboard cutout. If you press the button, he reveals some pretty interesting details, not only mentioning that he remembers us, but also something even more horrific.
I'm Bubba Bubbaphant. Hey, I remember you. elephant always remembers. Want to know what I remember about you?
Right before he's about to expose exactly what he remembers about either the person that he sees or maybe the protagonist that we play as, he is demolished, killed by something or someone. Meaning, one smiling critter down. The next smiling critter we come across is Kickin' Chicken.
Hey, I'm Kickin' Chicken! Want to go outside and hang out? It's looking pretty bad outside! I've never been outside before. Will you come with me? I'm scared. Here, follow me. I'll step out first.
Kickin' Chicken asks us if we want to go outside and hang out, but he does mention that it's looking pretty bad out there, which my theory is that he knows outside of this orphanage, the hour of joy is wreaking havoc. He also explains that he's never been outside before, once again reassuring that he is just a poor orphan trapped inside of this bigger body version of Kickin' Chicken. Sadly enough, this poor kid hasn't even left. He's been trapped down here for who knows how long, maybe his entire life. And finally, he asks if we want to go along with him, and even though he's scared, he offers to step out first. The problem is, this is to his demise. And that would be the last time that they ever heard from him again. Another smiling critter down, which brings us to Hoppy Hopscotch. Now, I have a few theories as to how she met her demise. The first one being that she was trying to help a human with a grab pack jump away, maybe even escape the likes of Catnap. You'll notice in her voice lines, she is telling or trying to teach somebody how to jump away, which perfectly aligns with her bio on Mob Games' website. It says she is unafraid to hop where others might sit. Happy is the friend everyone needs to maintain their energy and enthusiasm. While sometimes loud or impatient, she'll always hop beside her friends, even if it means slowing up once in a while to keep their pace. This poor little bunny refused to leave her friends behind, even if that meant being killed in the process, just to be able to make sure they got out together. But now my question is, was her friend a human inside of the Playcare? Another orphan perhaps? Or maybe one that we come across in Chapter 3. Yes, you guessed it. I'm speaking about Dog Day. You see, she mentioned something really interesting when she's trying to jump away. She tells whoever she's speaking to, no, don't look at your feet. None of that matters. What could possibly not matter about your feet? You obviously need them to jump, unless she was trying to keep the person she's speaking to distracted and maybe even give them hope. Now, which one of the smiling critters in the story is missing their legs? Bingo, Dog Day. My theory is that she is trying to escape with Dog Day and eventually gets killed by Catnap, not the person who I'm going to bring up at the end of this theory. And after she is killed, Catnap takes Dog Day hostage, thus leaving him where we eventually stumble across his body in Chapter 3. And if you listen to Dog Day's voice lines, they actually add up to Hoppy's.
Dog Day says, fetch! Go! As far as you can! Why are you just standing there? You can't be here. You can't stay.
If you listen, he tells somebody they can't be here, but more importantly, that they can't stay. He also mentions that this person needs to go go as far as they can. Perhaps he's talking to somebody who's trying to stay behind in order to help him. But this theory can be disproven in the fact that you hear his screams at the end of his voice lines. Obviously, these weren't the screams of his death, but in fact, probably where he lost his legs to begin with. So maybe he was actually speaking to another orphan, or perhaps another smiling critter. However you look at it, his screams are agonizing, and I can feel his pain through my monitor. And that brings me to Crafty Corn, which is probably the most mysterious out of all of the other smiling critters. I really don't know which way she stands in all of this.
He killed someone with a red.
Hi, I'm Crafty Corn. Can you help me with my painting? Pass me the blue, please. Thanks. Now, can you give me some red? More red, please. Out? But we can't be out. You're hiding more red from me. I know you are. Give it here!
But I will give you my theory. You see, my theory is that she was in the same room as Kickin' Chicken before everything went down, and possibly his murderer. Now, initially, Crafty Corn seems to be painting with somebody. However, she says something really interesting when she says, "Out, we can't go out." And the last smiling critter to bring this up was actually Kickin' Chicken. If you'll recall, he wanted to step outside so bad that he was actually the first one to do so. But listen to what she says next. She tells whoever she's talking to that they're hiding more red from her. Now, she could be talking about paint, which is probably the most likely circumstance. However, what if she's talking about the red mist? If you'll recall, in the Smiling Critters cartoon released by Mob Games as a teaser, these smiling critters are obsessed and maybe even addicted to the poppy gas that provides them not only a smile, but eventually their death. In order to get it, they will go absolutely crazy, which is a tall tale sign of opium to begin with, and something that is created with poppy flowers. My theory, and of course this is a big one, is that she will kill to get some more red. And that person that she happened to murder might have been Kickin' Chicken. Now remember guys, this is all a theory, and these interactions could also have just taken place with other orphans, maybe other humans, possibly even scientists right before the hour of joy. But now let's talk about the two smiling critters that I actually believe could still be alive. That brings us to Bear Hug. And my theory here is that Bear Hug was actually along with Hoppy Hopscotch. And I know I brought up Dog Day, however, like I said, it is probably disproven that Hoppy was with Dog Day and instead with another one of the orphans. Now listen closely to Bobby Bear Hug's voice lines here.
Hi, I'm Bobby Bear Hug. Want to know how much I love you? I love you to the moon and back. I'm crazy about you. I'm lost without you. I've been lost a long time. Please, take me with you this time. You won't leave me, will you?
In relation to Hoppy's voice lines, Bobby says that she loves this person to the moon and back. Now remember, Hoppy said, "Want to try hopping to the moon with me?" Bobby then begins to say that they're lost without this person. She then begins to plead with this person, asking them to not leave her because she's been lost a long time, begging for them to take him with her. But what's really important about these voice lines is that Bobby Bearhug, unlike the other smiling critters that we've gone over to this point, never screams in terror. Does this mean that she was never killed and maybe just was left behind? Obviously, when we do stumble across Dog Day, if he is not aware that another person or creature or Bigger Bodies Initiative toy has escaped or is left somewhere within the building, this would make a lot of sense, as he's obviously seen this desolate building and never once again stumbled across any of his smiling critter friends. My theory here is that Bobby Bearhug is alive somewhere within this building, scared and terrified, but somewhere hiding within the Playcare. And the end of her story is still yet to be untold, and I believe she will be a big part of Chapter 4, but none bigger than the last smiling critter we left. This smiling critter is none other than Picky Piggy, the one smiling critter that would put food above all else.
Hi there! I'm Picky Piggy. Let's eat! Roast beef? Delicious! Grilled chicken? Down the hatch! Seared elephant? Yum! Played unicorn? Mmm! Still hungry. Hey, what do you say you and I be friends?
Now, initially, when hearing her voice lines, I didn't think too much of it. As she began speaking about roast beef and grilled chicken, I didn't really make any correlation. However, when hearing the voice lines back after beating the game, things got really creepy. Picky Piggy eventually starts talking about how she's eaten seared elephant and fried unicorn. Obviously, the meats that she is digesting inside of her body are that of symbolizing her friends. This creature, this horrifying creature, ate her own friends, and I don't know if they were alive when she did it, or maybe just cannibalized them after they were already gone. Either way, the fact remains that you never hear Picky Piggy killed in her voice lines. So that means somewhere out there, she is continually looking for her next meal. And you can hear in her very last voice line, things begin to crack. It's almost like she's glitching out when she says that she's still hungry. And what do you say you and I be friends? Now, my theory is that person that she's speaking to is Catnap. Obviously, we know with the mini smiling critters that Catnap is keeping them alive and having them on his side by providing them with food. And the one and only smiling critter that is willing to give up their morals in order for them to eat their next meal is Picky Piggy. So my theory is that somewhere, some way, Picky Piggy is still alive, maybe not in the Playcare, but alongside the prototype, just doing what is necessary to provide her next meal. Either way, guys, this is the horrifying story of the smiling critters, and I hope you enjoyed today's theory video. Now, there's plenty more.
Where I'm from, my niggas hustle. Take your time, ain't gotta rush it. If you know, you know. 75 and straight route to that money. That's that Midwest shit. Get money, stretch shit.